My neighbor David, 71, a man who used to build beautiful oak furniture with his bare hands, called me last month, his voice cracking with a frustration I'd never heard before. He said, "I can't even turn the key in my car anymore. My knuckles feel like they're full of broken glass." The arthritis had gotten so bad he felt trapped, a prisoner in his own home, staring at the tools he could no longer hold. That call felt like a punch to the gut. I reached out to a retired family doctor I know, a man who now speaks more freely than he ever could in his practice. He told me, "We spend decades prescribing complex drugs for pain, but we rarely talk about the foundational things that can cool the body's internal fire." He said, "Let me tell you about a simple kitchen mixture that addresses the root cause, raw honey and ginger. I'm going to share 10 secrets about how this works that 97% of seniors have never heard." Today, I'm sharing those 10 secrets with you, plus a crucial bonus one he added at the end. But don't skip ahead. The crucial timing trick to stop nausea and motion sickness in its tracks is hidden in our secret at number 8. Let's begin. A relentless, hacking cough. We all know someone like my friend Frank. Every winter, it was the same story. A small tickle in his throat would turn into a deep, hacking cough that just wouldn't quit, keeping him and his wife awake all night. He'd try syrups and lozenges, but the irritation always lingered, leaving his chest sore and his throat raw. What his regular doctor never mentioned is that many persistent coughs aren't just from a virus. They're fueled by inflammation in the bronchial tubes. It's like the airways are red, swollen, and oversensitive. Ginger is a powerhouse here. Its anti-inflammatory compounds help to soothe this irritation directly in the throat and lungs. But the raw honey plays an equally important role. A study from Penn State College of Medicine found that a small dose of honey before bed was more effective at calming nighttime coughs in children than common cough suppressants. Its thick consistency coats the throat, providing immediate relief, while its natural antimicrobial properties go to work on any lingering bugs. The method for this is slightly different. Mix 1 teaspoon of ginger powder and 1 tablespoon of raw honey into a thick paste. Take 1 spoonful of this paste slowly, letting it dissolve and coat your throat, once in the morning and once just before bed. Frank said that after 2 nights, the hacking finally stopped, and he slept through the night for the first time in weeks. But calming a cough is one thing. What about a pain so deep it steals your identity? Crippling arthritis and joint pain. This is the problem that brought David to his knees. It's not just the ache, it's the grinding, the stiffness, the feeling that your own body is fighting against you. For David, it was the loss of who he was. The smell of sawdust, the feel of smooth wood under his palms, that was his life. The arthritis wasn't just taking his hands, it was taking his soul. Here's what that old doctor explained. Most joint pain comes from an enzyme in your body called COX-2. It's like the factory that produces pain and inflammation signals around the clock. Common pain relievers like ibuprofen work by shutting down that factory. Well, scientists have discovered that specific compounds in ginger, especially one called 10-shogal, which becomes more potent when ginger is dried, is a powerful natural inhibitor of that exact same COX-2 enzyme. It works in a similar way by telling that inflammation factory to shut down production. But it goes deeper. A groundbreaking clinical trial with patients suffering from active rheumatoid arthritis found something remarkable. After 12 weeks of taking about 1.5 grams of ginger powder daily, they saw a significant drop in key inflammatory markers in their blood, things called HSCRP and IL-1 beta. In simple terms, the ginger was measurably cooling down the internal fire that was causing their pain. Here's the method David used. Mix 1 level teaspoon of high-quality ginger powder with 1 tablespoon of raw, unpasteurized honey. Take this once every morning. David said that within a week he could make a fist without wincing. After 2 weeks, he was back in his workshop, holding a sander with tears in his eyes. By the way, using a potent organic ginger powder is absolutely critical for this to work. If you need one, I've put a link to the one I trust and personally use in the description below this video. But just treating the pain is like mopping up a flooded floor without turning off the faucet. Our next point addresses the leak at its source. Number 9. The silent fire of chronic inflammation. Have you ever heard the term inflammaging? Scientists now believe it's the root cause of many age-related health problems. Think of it as a low-level fire that's always burning inside your body. You don't see smoke, you don't feel the heat, but this silent fire slowly damages your cells and is scientifically linked to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even memory decline. This is where the ginger and honey mixture becomes your body's personal fire department. The compounds in ginger, like gingerols and shogols, don't just block one pain pathway, they go right to the command center. They help suppress a master inflammation switch in your body called NF-kappa B. When you turn down this master switch, you're not just quieting one symptom, you're calming your entire system down at a cellular level. The raw honey adds its own powerful antioxidants, which act like a cleanup crew, scavenging for the dangerous free radicals left behind by the fire and helping your cells repair themselves. Taking that same simple daily mixture becomes a long-term strategy to protect your entire body from the inside out. You're not just easing your joints, you're supporting your heart, your brain, and your entire system. You're building a daily shield against that silent, smoldering damage. Now, while this mixture works deep inside your body, the next secret provides almost instant relief for a very common and miserable problem: nausea, vertigo, and motion sickness. Nothing ruins a car ride, a boat trip, or even just a meal like that awful wave of nausea. You feel dizzy, queasy, and completely miserable. For years, we thought ginger just settled the stomach, but the real secret is far more advanced and explains why it works when nothing else will. Scientists have discovered that ginger works with a 1-2 punch. First, it works in your gut. It contains compounds that actually block specific nerve receptors in your stomach lining called 5-HT3 receptors. These are the same receptors that powerful prescription anti-nausea drugs target. They are the ones that send the "I'm going to be sick" signal to your brain. Ginger essentially cuts the wire, calming the nausea signals before they can even make the call. Second, it works in your brain. Then, second, it works in your brain. The essential oils in ginger can cross the blood-brain barrier and help calm the vomiting center in your central nervous system directly. This is why it's so effective, not just for an upset stomach, but also for the dizziness and vertigo that come with motion sickness. And here is the powerful timing secret I promised. For motion sickness or travel nausea, the trick is to be proactive, not reactive. Take your dose of ginger and honey 30 to 60 minutes before you get in the car or on the boat. This gives the compounds time to get into your system and set up that protective blockade. For general indigestion, take it about 15 minutes before your meal. A woman named Carol, 65, used to dread visiting her grandkids who live 3 hours away. Now, she calls it her travel insurance. She takes her dose an hour before she leaves and arrives feeling great, ready to play. Speaking of your brain, our next point tackles a fear that worries almost every senior: brain fog and slow memory. My mother's friend Eleanor, a retired school teacher, told me the most frightening moment of her week was doing the Sunday crossword. Words she had known her entire life would vanish from her mind. She'd walk into a room and completely forget why she was there. Brain fog was terrifying because it made her worry about what was next. What many doctors now realize is that the same smoldering inflammation we talked about doesn't just stay in your joints, it can travel to the brain. This neuroinflammation, or inflammation in the brain, acts like static on a radio, slowing down communication between your brain cells and making it harder to retrieve memories. Ginger's powerful anti-inflammatory compounds help cool this inflammation, creating a clearer environment for thinking. But there's another incredible secret. Your brain uses a chemical called acetylcholine for memory and learning. As we age, an enzyme called cholinesterase starts breaking this chemical down faster. Studies suggest that certain compounds in ginger actually inhibit this enzyme. In simple terms, it helps protect your supply of your brain's most important memory chemical. The raw honey provides a clean, stable source of glucose, which is the brain's preferred fuel, preventing the energy crashes that worsen brain fog. Regular daily use of the ginger and honey mixture supports a clearer, sharper mind. Eleanor says that after a month, the crossword puzzle started to feel like a fun challenge again, not a terrifying test. And just like your brain needs good fuel, your entire body needs a strong delivery service to get it there. That's up next. Number 6. Poor circulation and cold hands or feet. Does your spouse complain that your feet are like blocks of ice in bed? Do you have to wear socks and gloves indoors, even when the heat is on? This is a classic sign that your circulation isn't what it used to be. A man named George told me his hands were often so cold and stiff that buttoning his own shirt became a frustrating 5-minute ordeal. As we age, our blood vessels can become less flexible and narrower, making it harder for warm, oxygen-rich blood to reach our extremities. The active compounds in ginger are known as vasodilators. That's a fancy word, but it simply means they help your blood vessels relax and widen. Imagine the tiny blood vessels in your hands and feet are like clogged, single-lane country roads. Ginger helps turn them into wide, free-flowing highways, allowing that warm blood to rush through more easily. Here's a technique to boost the effect. After taking your daily oral dose, mix a small amount of ginger powder with a carrier oil like coconut or olive oil until it forms a paste. Massage it directly into your hands and feet for a few minutes. The external warmth combined with the internal circulatory support can make a noticeable difference in just a few days. George said he was finally able to hold his wife's hand without making her flinch from the cold. Now, improving the delivery of blood is one thing, but what about what happens after you eat? That's where our next secret provides incredible relief. Number 5. Stubborn stomach pain and indigestion. My Aunt Brenda loves spicy food, but she'd reached a point where she was terrified to even look at her favorite dishes. She knew that any big meal would mean hours of feeling bloated, gassy, and miserable, with food sitting like a rock in her stomach. This often happens because our stomach's motility, its ability to churn and empty food into the intestines, slows down with age. Ginger is a well-known prokinetic, which means it gently stimulates your stomach muscles to get moving again. It helps your stomach empty more efficiently, so food doesn't sit around creating acid reflux, bloating, and that heavy, uncomfortable feeling. It's like giving your digestive system a gentle but firm wake-up call. Taking a small dose of the ginger and honey mixture, about 15 to 20 minutes before a meal, can prepare your digestive system for the work ahead. It's like a warm-up for your stomach. Brenda started doing this and found she could enjoy a plate of pasta with her family again without spending the rest of the evening regretting it. If you're finding this helpful, do me a quick favor and tap that like button. It tells YouTube to share this information with more seniors who need it. From waking up your digestion, let's talk about waking up your body's personal army. A weak immune system and frequent colds. Does it feel like you catch every single bug that goes around? You're careful, you wash your hands, but from October to March, you're constantly fighting off a sniffle, a cough, or worse. As we age, our immune system can become less efficient. It can either underreact to real threats, leaving us vulnerable, or overreact and create more inflammation. Ginger helps bring balance. Research shows that ginger's compounds can support the function of your body's frontline soldiers, immune cells like macrophages and T cells. Think of macrophages as the scouts that identify invaders, and T cells as the elite special forces that neutralize them. Ginger helps these cells become more effective and communicate better without going overboard and causing excessive inflammation. The honey adds its own well-documented natural antimicrobial properties, creating a powerful defensive team. During cold and flu season, many people increase their dose to twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening, to give their immune system that extra layer of support, building a stronger fortress against those seasonal bugs. A strong immune system protects you from outside threats, but our next point helps manage a critical internal balancing act. Number 3. High blood sugar support. For millions of seniors, managing blood sugar is a constant, daily concern. You worry about every meal, every number on your meter, and the long-term complications that can come from a system that's out of balance. Now, it is absolutely critical to understand that this mixture is not a replacement for your doctor's advice or medication. But clinical studies have shown it can be a powerful ally. One major review of several studies involving patients with type 2 diabetes found that ginger supplementation consistently helped improve insulin sensitivity and lower fasting blood sugar levels over time. The leading theory is that ginger helps your body's cells become more receptive to insulin. This allows them to pull sugar out of your blood for energy more effectively, instead of letting it build up where it can cause damage. It's a supportive measure that, when combined with a healthy diet and your prescribed treatment, can help your body maintain a healthier balance. Always talk to your doctor before adding anything new to your routine, and monitor your numbers closely. Managing your internal chemistry is crucial, but what about the physical toll of just living your life? Muscle soreness after simple activities. It used to be that you could spend a day gardening or playing with the grandkids and feel fine the next day. Now, even a few hours of simple activity can leave your muscles feeling sore, achy, and stiff for days. It can make you hesitant to be active at all. This is delayed onset muscle soreness, and it's caused by microscopic tears and inflammation in your muscle fibers. We've already established how ginger works as a powerful system-wide anti-inflammatory. By taking it daily, you are applying that same internal cooling effect you've been building up to a new problem, muscle recovery. You are essentially pre-treating the inflammation before it even begins. Think of it as pre-covery. By keeping your body's overall inflammation levels lower, you help your muscles recover much faster from the normal stresses of an active life. Many active seniors who use this mixture report that they can enjoy their favorite activities without paying for it with 2 days of pain afterward, freeing them to live more fully. And this brings us to our number 1 secret, the single biggest mistake that can make this entire remedy worthless. We've talked about all these incredible benefits, from easing arthritis pain to clearing brain fog, but they all depend on one crucial detail that 99% of people get wrong. The mistake is adding this mixture to boiling hot water or tea. Here is the secret the old doctor was most passionate about. High heat destroys the magic of honey. Scientific research shows that raw, unpasteurized honey is packed with beneficial living enzymes like diastase and glucose oxidase. That glucose oxidase enzyme is what produces natural hydrogen peroxide, giving raw honey its powerful antibacterial and healing properties. But these delicate enzymes are extremely sensitive to heat. The moment the temperature gets too high, they begin to die. Boiling water, which is 212 degrees Fahrenheit, completely obliterates them. When you put raw honey and ginger into boiling water, you are turning this powerful medicinal mixture into little more than spicy sugar water. You lose a huge part of its healing synergy. So here is the final perfect method. Gently warm your water or tea so that it is pleasantly warm to the touch, like a comfortable bath, but not steaming hot. Then, and only then, stir in your 1 teaspoon of ginger powder and 1 tablespoon of raw honey. Let it dissolve and drink it slowly. This preserves all the delicate compounds in the honey, allowing it to work in perfect harmony with the ginger to cool inflammation, soothe your stomach, and support your entire body. This one small change makes all the difference.